Too. You are live.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, everybody, and welcome back to Apostate Weekly. We're just getting our weird ticks and tricks out before we start the show. Of course, kind of missed the before we start part.
Kind of doing it right now, James.
That's right. We're just doing it on the fly. Well, I'm
By
your
the
host,
seat of our
James,
pants. And I'm Ryan.
and let's roll that intro. And we are back with another busy week of news going on this week. So
Yeah.
the convention season just started, and May 12th, the Jehovah's Witnesses had their first of their summer conventions happen.
Right.
And already they've
Hot
scrubbed
water.
videos from their program that have to deal with shunning of all
Right.
things. I mean, one thing I don't get, okay, you're supposed to be God's one and only true organization. Shunning is in your policy. You think it's Bible based. This is what the Bible says to do. And yet you scrub your videos about it because why?
Right. How are you, on one hand, so adamant about this as a biblical practice that you must follow? You have to do it. Then, to, on another hand, like sneakily try to doot, 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 get rid of some videos that you produced. I
Let's
didn't
let
produce it. They produced these videos.
exactly. Well, let's show. I want to show first what the Watchtower organization says on their main website under the FAQ section about the subject. Do Jehovah's Witnesses shun those who used to belong to their religion? And right here off the website, it says those who are baptized as Jehovah's Witnesses, but no longer preach to others, perhaps even drifting away from association with fellow believers, are not shunned. In fact, we reach out to them and try to rekindle their spiritual interest. We do not automatically disfellowship someone who commits a serious sin. If, however, a baptized witness makes a practice of breaking the Bible's moral code and does not repent, he or she will be shunned or disfellowshipped. The Bible clearly states, remove the wicked man from among yourself. Okay, so I want to stop right there.
Wicked. Right. Okay.
So, because on the one hand, I'm a faded Jehovah Witness. I left the organization. I'm not disfellowshipped as far as I know. I didn't write a disassociation letter at all.
Mhm.
And yet I am still being completely shunned by my wife's side of the family, who were still full-fledged practicing JWs, and my brother and his family, who are still full-fledged JWs. So where on that, FAQ section does it say that?
It doesn't, because they're only going to tell half truths. They only put in the part that they think is going to behoove them, basically.
Exactly. So now let's watch what videos, because we got these videos and we're going to share them here with you today, that the organization scrubbed from their website. And this is going to play just like the intro does, so we won't be able to talk throughout it. So we're just going to play it and then we'll comment afterwards, okay?
Yep, works for me.
Abel was essentially a spiritual orphan, but regardless of what his parents chose, he listened to Jehovah and patiently waited on him.
Hang on, sorry. That was the second one I needed to play. I want to play the right one first, because if I play
Yeah.
them out of order, it won't make sense.
Mom's disfellowshipping still feels so raw.
Elsa, please speak up. I miss you so much. I just want to hear your voice.
It's such a struggle. I miss her. She taught me the truth, gave me a stable life. She was my closest friend. What's the harm in just calling once in a while? To chat. Maybe I can even help her to come back to Jehovah.
Heartbreaking, gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
That pulls at
Yeah.
your heartstrings, right? Good morning, Martin.
I don't know why.
But just the fact that the initial reaction is that the daughter wanted to answer the phone, like it was raw. Like that's her mother, the person who raised her, who clothed her, fed her, even instructed her into the ways of the quote unquote truth. And yet, I mean, her mom could be having a heart attack. Her mom could be ill. Her mom could, a numerous of things could be happening. And to just turn your back on a family member for no reason other than they are considered wicked, as the jw.org website stated, is the person is considered wicked. That's such a harsh label to put on somebody, wicked, simply because they don't want to participate as being a Jehovah's Witness any longer. That's incredibly
Sorry about that.
fanatical. No, that's okay. It's incredibly fanatical that is the way you choose to treat people, is to just cut them off because they don't believe like you any longer.
Oh
And you
yeah.
consider them, and that they're classified, labeled as wicked. It's just dangerous language, man. It's so dangerous.
And the biggest thing. What, Sadie?
Morning. Good
Hang-
morning, everybody.
Hang on a second. I gotta take this. Sorry.
No worries. That's fine. No worries. But so yesterday, y'all, just so you know, I posted, so I woke up and there was just like a crap storm of stuff happening yesterday. I found out about well, we're going to talk about this later, but documentation that needs to be forwarded in a specific case. And then I found out about these videos being deleted, and everybody yesterday was on a search to find these videos, just like Googling. I was doing everything I could. And then all of a sudden it was posted on Twitter that avoidjw.org had them, I guess the Bethley Insider or whatever the PMOs did, they were able to get the information over. And TikTok is just having a fit about it. Like people in my comment section, people who don't even follow me, that it came upon their page and like, oh my God, this makes so much sense now. My ex-girlfriend's mom did the same thing to her, and I didn't understand like how detrimental it was. Like, no wonder like we had so many issues. And I'm just like, see, people who don't even realize they're being affected by the behaviors and teachings of the Jehovah's Witnesses really are. Like, it's creeping into other people's lives. They just don't understand it quite yet. But hopefully this kind of information getting pushed out to the public through social media will help people to understand what they're dealing with when they get involved with somebody who is a Jehovah's Witnesses or was a Jehovah's Witness. Sorry.
So no, that's fine, because I had to take care of that. And I don't know what you said, but
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, I know, right? Sorry. But,
Excuse me, I'm not perfect. God.
well, I am, but don't.
Don't tell the JWs that.
But no, like one of the biggest things that I got from that video was right at the beginning, where she says how it feels wrong to shun her mother.
Right.
There you go.
Because it is.
There it is. It's right there in plain sight. It's wrong.
It is
Why
wrong.
why does it feel wrong? Because it is wrong. If
It
your
is.
gut is telling you something like that is wrong, it's wrong because it's emotional
Goes against your instinct.
manipulation.
Yes, it's coercion. It's gaslighting. I,
Yes.
and
And
there's nothing wrong with setting boundaries. Like I have no issue with somebody saying, "Hey, you know what? Like James, I enjoyed this show, but I'm going to have to set some boundaries." Like that is my effing prerogative and nobody can say boo about that because if I feel like for whatever reason this is just a good situation, I can set boundaries, but what we are seeing is a lack of boundaries. That is
mhm.
what we are witnessing, is Jehovah's Witnesses having so much control over somebody that they are allowed to set your personal boundaries for you. You don't have autonomy any longer, and that is why it is so dangerous. It's okay to separate yourself from something that might be like if your mom is a complete, hey, you might have to cut your mom out if she's abusive, if she's narcissistic, if she gaslights you, whatever. But this, considering her wicked just because she's not Jehovah's Witness, nah, that's not
And let
setting good boundaries.
and let me tell you something. As a child who has shunned their own parents, I have
Right.
experience in this. And I can
Exactly.
tell you, no, it never felt right. Not for 1 minute. But you
Mm-mm.
push it down because you think you're doing the right thing because, like you said, the cult is overstepping their boundaries.
Yep.
Let
Yep.
let's
Lack
let's
of
go ahead and
boundaries.
watch that second video here.
Roll that beam footage.
Abel was essentially a spiritual orphan. But regardless of what his parents chose, he listened to Jehovah and patiently waited on him to fulfill his promises.
I never thought of it that way. What has Jehovah promised me if I patiently wait? Spiritual brothers? Sisters? And mothers. If I focus on what I do have and wait patiently, someday what I don't have may even come back to Jehovah.
So much to say.
So we can go ahead and forget about our parents and sign them off as dead because we're gonna have other mothers and sisters and brothers within this. Like, seriously.
What? Nonsense. Those people are not your family. And no offense, right? No offense.
Right.
They will turn their back on you in a heartbeat because their love is conditional. Okay? Because the moment that you were considered wicked, if you misstep and now you're considered wicked, you're being cut off. So do you want that for you? I mean, go
Exactly.
ahead, walk on your tightrope. That's fine if that's what you
And
want to do.
and
But
and another big thing from this, she was turning her head and looking around at other people during the meeting when she should have been looking forward, paying attention to the speaker, not looking around the audience. Come on, people.
oh, I scared the
We
pickles on the
we
phone.
know that's another cardinal sin in the organization, not paying attention at the meetings.
Yeah, right, how dare she?
How
But
dare she?
there was so much in that video also, the illustration. The illustration was okay, I think I need to do a video on this. It's, like, spurring me to do a video about I think Abel is a nepo baby. Abel is not the definition of, like, this guy that you should aspire to be. Dude was shown favoritism. Everything he could poop gold, right? Nothing that Cain did was ever good enough. He gave the what he had, but it was never good enough. But Abel is the one who gets at the end of the day for all that he did, all his good works, supposedly, he done. No promises. He ain't coming back. Okay. Is that what you want for your life? Because that's what you're going to get if you use Abel as some kind of example on the kind of person to be. Yeah. Wait around to be murked by somebody. I don't know.
I mean, Abel was killed and Cain got away. So
I'd rather be like Cain.
yeah, I know,
He
right?
was like, I need to get the.
And then on top of all that, I know this is totally going off topic here, but like
Sorry,
Cain,
y'all.
Cain went away and went to another city and married a woman from another city. Where did these women and cities come from if they were supposed to be the first family on earth?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't think about that, but that's exactly why there's so much in the chronological order of things that don't make sense and there's pieces missing. Yeah,
But
they don't think
anyways,
about that.
back to the whole shunning thing though. It's so ridiculous. It's such emotional manipulation, blackmail, coercion, anything you want to call it. And see, the problem is they use that scripture in First Corinthians about removing a wicked man from among yourselves, right? But then, and I remember this from a Lloyd Evans video actually he did on biblical reasons why shunning isn't biblical, right?
Oh,
And
there's more reasons that
if
it
you go
isn't,
if you
honestly.
go into just Second Corinthians, because this just by Paul's letters and stuff that he was writing,
Yeah.
in the next chapter, in the next book, he actually talked about how he was probably being too harsh, and maybe we should scale it back and not be so harsh towards somebody like that. But no, the witnesses won't go and talk about that. They're just going to go and use this one scripture, like every other Christian religion, to cherry pick their doctrine from. And this is what it is.
Yep. It is exactly right. And Dan McClellan, he's somebody that I follow on TikTok and on YouTube, and he's really smart. And he puts it so eloquently that which I can't. But basically, what you have to do to make your doctrine harmonize, you have to elevate certain scriptures while ignoring others. And that's exactly what all of these religions do. It's not just Jehovah's Witnesses, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
have to ignore the hundreds of other scriptures that say that this is too far, this is too much, you should love people, just to get your doctrine to be able to go through like this one little weird scripture somewhere, two little piecemeal scriptures to make it work.
Yeah.
So there's so many other scriptures that say that is not how you should behave and treat people. It's bull crap.
Exactly. So,
And spiritual orphan, can you imagine like a 14-year-old, how they feel? Like, say your parent got disfellowshipped. Now are you considered a spiritual orphan? Or vice versa, your child gets disfellowshipped. Are they now a spiritual orphan? Like, that is just horrible words to describe people.
yeah, and they do it to people, and this is part of the reason why, excuse me, Norway did what they did, because of this practice right here that they are not going to get rid of. They're only reinforcing it more by this leaked video, and they're only showing how they're trying to cover their collective asses by pulling it off the site and trying to scratch it from the convention. It's absolute insanity what this organization's doing. It's like they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to what they're doing. You either stick to your guns and say, yes, we're going to shun everybody, screw it, we're a true religion, we're right, you're wrong, or you get rid of it altogether and say, you know what, we fucked up, we're sorry. You can't have it both ways.
Why are they flip-flopping? Why do you produce literature that talks all about shunning and then remove 2 videos because they're about shunning?
Exactly.
Which is it? Like, what are you really? They're flying by the seat of their pants. Like you said, they don't know their butt from a hole in the ground. They don't know what they're doing. These are just men. This is obviously just a man-made organization to make money, to avoid paying taxes, to launder money, to have influence and control. And guess what? Yeah, they are lobbying people who work for the government. Yeah. You don't think they are? That's what they're using their money for, to help create laws to protect them as a business, as an entity. It is deplorable. I hate it. I just hate it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it really just shows that they don't know what they're doing because they keep on going back and forth on all this. They don't really have a control or grasp of what reality really is when they keep doing this stuff, because they are so out of touch with the real world that
Right.
they just, oh, we can put this out and this is what we do. Oh crap, we saw this documentary with Rebecca Vardy. Oh, we better pull our videos, because
Mhm.
we don't want to show that we shun people. Come on,
But it's
guys.
half-assed.
It is.
It's so half-assed because there's so many other things that I'm sure we can pull up. I mean, it might take some time Googling, but other videos that we can pull up where they just like put it out there. I mean, didn't Tony Morris was the one who said we'll never change our policy.
Exactly.
Tony was like, we'll never change our policy on disfellowshipping. Like, okay, Tony, out the door. Anyway.
Nope, that's fine. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to bring this up here. One window I forgot to open this morning.
Oh no.
Okay, I
Don't
got it.
forget.
So this is the next story I was going to talk about, because we got the protest in June 5th coming up in the capital of Pennsylvania, and
Yeah.
one of somebody I follow on Twitter, this lady was also on the show Sins of the Amish, and she is getting people together more and really encouraging people to be at this protest early, because apparently Mark Rossi is gonna have there's gonna be a open mic where people can get up and talk about the religions and cults that are covering up the child sexual abuse, and you can if you get there, you can speak up if you want to. You don't have to, but if you are able to go, please do go and support this and make this protest as big as you possibly can, because this is just one of those things we've been talking about with this Pennsylvania thing. This can be spread throughout the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
With anybody in any state or territory can call the attorney general, talk to Mark Rossi, and get their petitions and get their stories in and get this investigated.
Right. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be at the protest. So I'm excited to meet some people and I've never been to, I've been to protests before, but never at a state capitol. So that's going to be interesting.
Yes. And so this lady, along with the other cast of the Sins of the Amish show, if anybody has not seen it, it's on Peacock. Go check it out.
It's really good.
It is really good. Mary from there is a personal friend of mine. She goes by Fee now. So please go check that show out. But those people will be there helping protest and supporting this bill. So please get there. It says when? June 5th. It's at 11 a.m. And it says on the steps of the Capitol building. Try to get there early, between 8 and 10. And it says, she says she's going to try to keep up with the Facebook comments and chat of people who want to go. So that way she can send everybody the info all at once when they get any updated information on this. So go follow this. If you see here on the screen, the username for Reddit, Sexual Abuse Awareness, go follow them on Reddit. Her name is just slipping my mind right now. I think it's Misty. Misty, yes. Thank you. Misty Griffin.
I think you were the one who told me your name, so.
I know, and it slipped my mind. Misty
That's
Griffin,
okay.
That's who it is. So go follow her on Twitter, Facebook, and follow this. And if you're going to go, stay in touch with that.
So do you want to Do you want to move into what Mark O'Donnell posted yesterday about the um, documentation that needs to be handed over about child abuse from the Borg?
Yes, go right ahead. My video has
Ooh.
frozen.
Yeah, I don't know why it's frozen. Okay, give me a second, y'all. I am going to pull up this right here. And let me just see if I can even see it. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that. Okay, I guess I could zoom in a little bit.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
try to remove myself and refresh and go out and come back in. See if that
Remove
fixes it.
yourself.
Remove the wicked one from among yourselves.
Remove it, please. Disfellowship your own self, would you? Like, stop making me do all the work. Okay, so if y'all didn't know yesterday, I believe this is out of, I think it's Montana. Damn it. I can't remember. In this case, the plaintiffs have requested, they have filed a motion for the defendants to hand over all the information that they have in regards to child abuse so that way they can prove that there is a pattern of behavior of cover up inside of the organization. At the end of the day, this is what the judge ruled. So the judge granted some of their motion, not all of it, but a good portion of it. It was super frustrating as to like why they didn't grant all of it. But let's just get to the good part here. It's at the bottom where they conclude. Okay, so the conclusion is so ordered that the plaintiffs Tracy and Camilla, the motion is granted with respect to searches of and production of responsive documents from the Service Department and CCJW. So this is the portion of the motion that was granted, but the motion was denied as to the U.S. branch office. So as we all know, the Jehovah's Witnesses is they've created so many like different corporations, and it just really serves to allegedly, this is my accusation, to launder money and to avoid paying taxes and to keep them, like in this instance, from being held accountable for the abuses that happen. So it is further ordered that Watchtower New York must search or order a search of the documents at the Service Department and the CCJW and produce all responsive documents. So there is the U.S. branch office that does not have to hand over information, but the Service Department and CCJW must. So there is a possibility that there will be documentation handed over, and this is from all over, that will help bolster these people, these women's claims that there is a pattern of abuse and hiding it inside of the Jehovah's Witness organization. So this is really big news. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but this could, like, I'm telling you, all of these things maybe just by themselves are not too big, but the fact that we have them being forced to hand over documentation here, we have the subpoenas happening in Pennsylvania, like all of these happenings back to back could truly start to knock down the dominoes and get us to take action to get them to fall. I think I pretty much just finished. James, did you know about that? You know about this case, right? And I think it's Montana. The Watchtower organization was ordered. The CCJW and the Service Department have to
Yes.
hand over any
Yes.
discoverable information about
Yes.
abuse. But
Yes.
unfortunately, they couldn't prove that the headquarters, the U.S. branch office, is part of that same entity and they have any control. It makes me so angry. It makes me so angry because they're all connected to each other.
And I'm sure Mark O'Donnell is working behind the scenes to try to show them the link between the headquarters in New York and
Right.
the individual congregations in Montana to say, look, this is the corporate head of this. This is what you need to go for and get the documentation from, not just this little place here.
Yeah. It was just really frustrating to say, okay, like right here, it says Watchtower New York opposes the motion, arguing that Watchtower New York is a distinct entity from the U.S. branch office and CCJW and thus does not control any of their documents. Like, we all know it's bullcrap. We all know that they're one and the same, but it's difficult for just the average person, you or I, to prove this. And it takes a lot of money. it takes a lot of money to be able to do all of this providing information. But I do hope that Mark O'Donnell is able to help maybe get some more proof to them. But for now, I think this is good. This is a win. A win is a win. We will take that win. And I do think that there's going to be a lot of information revealed with just these two entities, even minus the U.S. branch office. So there's that.
Absolutely. Okay. Did you have anything else you wanted to go over today?
I did. Well, did you want to mention the Japan at all, or do you want to save that?
I want to save that one. I really
Okay.
need to get going here as soon as I can because I got something that came up. I got to go to my kid's school. So,
Okay, yeah, you got to go. That's no
but
problem.
if you got, like I said, if you got anything else you wanted to bring up real quick, we can cover that and then close it out, or we can just stop it here.
No, I think that's enough information for now, and I just appreciate everybody for coming.
Yep.
Remember, y'all, the more that we share, like tweet, share on our Facebook, whatever social media you can share this kind of information. You just don't know whose For You page like it'll come across, and could help wake somebody up, or maybe they have information that can help. Oh, just real quickly, my friend I do have something I want to share really quick from shit.
From shit?
Yeah, from shit.
You want to share it from shit?
My friend is looking for
yes.
people who want to be interviewed in Washington State. If you have any stories that you would like to tell about being a CSA survivor, please go onto Reddit, send my friend email or DM, what have you, because it would be awesome if we could get the more coverage that we can get of this stuff, like not just social media, but the news. If we can get the news on this, which is what somebody is interested in doing, that would be amazing. So please let your friends know if they have anything to share. That would be awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. I hope you have a good day, James.
And remember, if you like, subscribe, and share, you too can be part of the Winter family.
You could be part of our family. How about that? And we won't shun you.
Well, no.
Okay, well, as long as you're not wicked.
I don't want to lie because, we did talk about boundaries. If you become toxic in my life, I'm going to cut you off. But for that reason only.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's a good point, Kay Fred. If anything, we should be more forgiving because we're getting further away from perfection. Good point. All right, y'all.
So anyways, thank you,
you,
everybody. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you all next week.
See you then. Bye.